Did you know that St. Luke's University Health Network, based in the Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania, has been recognized by the U.S. government as the highest performing health system in the United States for quality? You heard right. St. Luke's #1 recognition affirms our status as the top leader among the most respected healthcare providers in the nation, including Houston Methodist and the Mayo Clinic. To state it simply, if you want to receive the best care when you go to a hospital, come to St. Luke's.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Sunday morning. With us today is Congressman Michael Lawler, and he represents the 17th Congressional District. And he worries about our city, he worries about our state, he worries about our country. Michael Lawler, Sunday morning, we're both, we both worry. Tell us what you want to start with.
No question, John. Thanks for having me. I look at the challenges in New York. You see a state budget that's proposed to be $268 billion, up $115 billion, in just 11 years. Absolute insanity. They're talking about, raising taxes. They're talking about withholding pension contributions on the backs of our public employees. I mean, you look at, one crisis after the next in this state, and we continue to lead the nation in out-migration, have the highest tax burden. I've done what I can do at a federal level to help offset these high taxes in New York by lifting the cap on salt. But it's a real challenge. And, from the tax and regulatory standpoint to energy, utility costs up 58% since they shut down Indian Point. It's why I've called for Indian Point to be rebuilt and reopened. You look at what the governor has done, blocking natural gas pipelines, blocking natural gas power plants, and yet they gaslight everybody about the overall cost of energy and try to blame it solely on the utility companies and take no responsibility for the policies that they've put forth. Obviously, at a federal level right now, we're dealing with the situation in Iran. The president coming on the heels of his trip to China. We are dealing with major foreign policy issues, coupled with, really making sure that we get federal spending under control, get federal, regulations under control, get permitting reform done, get a housing bill done. We're tackling a lot of issues all at once, and there's a lot going on in the world right now.
A lot going on in the world. Now, I understand the bill that was proposed and agreed to, I guess, with Governor Hochul and along with Mayor Mondavi, that they feel that everything is a done deal. What do you hear? What's the pulse of the situation?
Well, they've continued to work through, the budget bills, but the main crux, the pied-à-terre tax, going after, the quote-unquote rich. The reality is people like Ken Griffith don't need to be here. And we've seen him get up and leave Chicago and take his tax revenue with him. And he has invested a lot in New York, and yet they're attacking him. It's crazy. The top 10% of income earners pay 72% of the federal tax levy. The top 10% pay 72% of the tax levy. So it's, they want to continually attack these folks and claim they're not paying their fair share. But the reality is they're investing in our communities. And somebody like Ken Griffin is investing billions of dollars in New York and paying
I understand that the meeting between Governor Hochul and Ken Griffin didn't go well. I don't know. Then I got a few phone calls a couple of days ago that the mayor was trying to meet with him. I don't know what happened.
No, and if I were him, why waste time? I mean, Zoran Mamdani believes in this crap. He believes, in raising taxes and driving business out. As Margaret Thatcher famously said, the problem with socialism is eventually you run out of other people's money. And that's what New York is experiencing. I mean, they're talking about multi-billion-dollar budget deficits. They're trying to close it with the pied-à-terre tax. They're trying to close it by not making pension contributions. I mean, it's crazy. The fiscal crisis that these folks are creating because there's not a program or an expenditure that they don't like.
Understood. What else you want to tell all New Yorkers, all Americans?
Look, we, obviously as we approach America 250, there's going to be a lot going on in our country. The World Cup coming, that's going to be a great experience for America, but especially for New York and New Jersey and the metropolitan region. Certainly a big opportunity to celebrate American culture and history and something to bring folks together and certainly try to unify people around sports. And, we're going to see a UFC fight down in Washington. We're going to see a Formula One race in Washington, D.C. coming up. And, these are all great opportunities to bring Americans together around culture and sport.
Well, Mike Lawler, the congressman, you're my congressman from my Chappaqua home. Thank you for everything you do, and God bless you, and God bless America.
Well, thanks so much, John. Take care.
Thank you.